are outside the Polokwane municipality, and I can tell you this is where it all happened, Griselda. Between 2014 and 2021, the Polokwane municipality illegally invested just over 300 million rand into now defunct VBS Mutual Bank. And you are right, Griselda, this happened during the time whereby the now Justice Minister Thembi Simelane was then the mayor of the Polokwane municipality. Griselda, following that lengthy explanation of the Justice Minister yesterday, the opposition parties here in the Polokwane Council had a lot to say, and I'm joined by the DA councillor here in the Polokwane Council, Jack Jubet. Thank you very much, Mr. Jack. Yesterday, firstly, you reflected on some of the explanation that the minister brought yesterday. What will be your reaction to that?
Well, we welcome this investigation and we welcome the fact that the current minister appeared before the Portfolio Committee and was there to answer some of the questions. But we further push for additional information and that there be a good relationship, working relationship with investigators. At the moment, we understand there was, end of last week, there was a raid by the Hawks at the office of the former PA to the former Mayor, Thembi Simelane, and we welcome this investigation and yeah.
Among the things that was mentioned during the explanation, the minister emphasized that she has no relationship with Gundo, and we understand you have been in the MPEC Portfolio Committee when this money was invested. Can you tell us what do you know about that particular relationship between Gundo and then the mayor and ultimately the municipality back then?
Well, just a correction, I am on the finance portfolio, so I remember from 2018, 2019, there was investment reports specifically with regards to the VBS matter and how we got involved with VBS and how Gundo got involved, appointed in the first place. At that stage, we didn't know there was any link between the now minister, former mayor, and Gundo. So this is actually news to us. This is something that came out afterwards. At the stage, the investment reports basically was on focusing on if we're going to get our money back, and we were trying to just make sure that we did get all the money back that Polokwane did invest in VBS. So at the later stage, the investment committee, there was a report whereby the investment committee was basically made scapegoats, and they only got written warnings in council for that, which we didn't agree with at the time. We felt that sufficient consequence management should have been enforced. We should never have invested Polokwane municipality money at a mutual bank.
You also mentioned the fact that the explanation of the minister regarding the relationship with Gundo, she did indicate that there is no conflict of interest. And earlier on when we were speaking, you emphasized on that point that it still leaves much to be desired in terms of explanation in that matter. Perhaps we can reflect on that as well.
Yeah, well, in essence, if there's a service provider appointed to the municipality, which Gundo was, it's not correct for the mayor to have any relationship with that. And if she had a relationship before that company was appointed, she should have declared that. And I would like to see if there was actually a declaration done by her with regards to that. I see that was also some of the line of the questioning yesterday, but she didn't actually adequately answer that, according to me. If she did financially disclose that, I think she should make that document public. I think she's a public office bearer, and especially now where she's the minister, she must give all the documents that she has with her if she is innocent as she pleads.
Just lastly, it seems this VBS matter is one of those issues that just don't seem to go away. What are you calling for as the Democratic Alliance, specifically with the Polokwane municipality? What do you want to happen from now on henceforth?
Well, in essence, it comes back to consequence management. Even in the last week or 2 weeks ago's council meeting, the municipality is quick to talk about consequence management, but they're not quick to act on it. Consequence management usually entails an official that's implicated in something would resign. So then you can't do any consequence management. Even in Thembi Simelane's stint as mayor, we, the DA, drafted, or we were pushing for a consequence management policy at the time. It featured in council. The draft is in council at the moment. It should go for public comment. And even in last week's council meeting, I asked that council document be returned, because now we're in a new term of councillors. The new councillors will not have any recollection of this document. I actually asked that document come back to council, the draft be re-looked at and go for public comment. If we have a consequence management policy with clear guidelines on who's going to be held responsible and how, that's the only way we will stop these type of activities happening in future.
No, thank you very much. Griselda, that was Jack Joubert, one of the DA councillor in the Polokwane municipality. I am joined by the chairperson of the Economic Freedom Fighters here in the province, Mr. Lawrence Mapolo. Thank you very much. As the Economic Freedom Fighters, you have been vocal about the issues of VBS. Yesterday we've seen the minister and the then former mayor giving an explanation as to how the money was invested into VBS. Your reflection on that explanation by the minister?
No, thank you very much. The critical matter here is just about the Madam Minister declaring, or she didn't declare. It tells us that she didn't declare that she has a friend who was working with the VBS. Now, it's like today when we are seated here, she's telling the world and South Africans that she can't eat a beef meat, but she can eat the soup of a beef meat. Now, I think she must try to come clear on the matter. And we are not children, we are leaders, we are listening to each and every time that she say. If she was strong enough, you know, when you go into open and say, I'm asking for forgiveness. And I think South Africans are forgiving. They were forgiven people who killed and raped our mothers and stolen our land. What about her? She must come clear and tell the people to say, I've committed this and I see I've offended the majority of old people who invested their pensions and stopfake monies in VBS, because I was found on a crime scene with somebody who is highly, not Ganani, is involved in the VBS matters. Now, therefore, ours is simple. Madam, come into the open. You have eaten the beef, whilst you said you don't eat the beef. Tell the people to say you are sorry. You were caught because of debts. You were caught because you wanted to feed your family. That's all that you have to do, and apologize, because continuing with your explanations is killing you. It's not killing the people. You know, you are contradicting yourself in other instances when we are listening to her. And now, therefore, she must just come to the open and apologize to the community and say, yes, I benefited in an unlawful way. And therefore, I'll make sure that I accept any punishment that the president will give me. For her, she must just step aside.
Yeah, we also had reports, as the media, that the Hawks were here at the Polokwane municipality, raiding some of the official linked to that transaction. Then what do you know about this particular matter as the councillors?
Firstly, we appreciate the investigation of the Hawks. Always the Hawks, we applaud them. But at the same time, on the same tone, is that there are many problems that are in this municipality. It might not be the issue of the former mayor, but there are issues the Hawks might not disclose to us as we speak right now, because there are issues of liatos. For instance, the legal services pairs of this municipality is a milking cow of certain legal firms only. And I think those things must be followed up. If the Hawks were here, and I hope and I pray that they are not only here for that thing of Madam Minister. That issue of Madam Minister is not an issue. There's issues here. There's a gunman in this municipality. That gunman is working very hard and milking this municipality. And we are busy. By next week, we'll be coming back to you step by step to say these are the things that we need the Hawks and the NPA to follow them up. Currently, for instance, a simple matter, he went to Juju Valley. He brandished his gun and the gun was used. Even today, this man is not arrested. And we start to doubt the National Public Prosecution as to whether they are doing their work. The police, as they claim, they've done their work. Now, how can now the NPA sit with, there's a poor child, she nearly died. The family doesn't have a case number. How on earth, after so many months, the family is still struggling to get a case number so that they can charge the person who harmed their kid? And I think the gunman, we suspect the gun of the gunman is the John Wick, is the one that have been used.
No, thank you very much, Mr. Mapolo. Griselda, these are the opposition parties here in the Municipal Council, making reflection on the explanation by the Minister of Justice, Thembi Simelane. Griselda, let me tell you, regarding the rate of the hawks here at the Polokwane municipality, we did try to reach out to them yesterday about this information, and they said they're simply not going to comment on this matter as it might further jeopardize their investigations. Griselda, we also got an indication from the municipality that some of the senior officials have already been suspended in this municipality regarding their involvement, their alleged involvement in the investment of the VBS matter.